Building downtown. Building downtown.
Hey, it's the Building Downtown. Follow us on social media at The Building DT. I'm your host, Jason Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. You can follow my co-host, Kirill Kasatskiy, at Krill Raps. Shit has switched up recently. KRILRAPS. It's not Apostle Raps anymore, at Krill Raps. And my other co-host in America, in Ohio, she loves what I tell people, Amy Barton. You can follow her at Amesbell, AMESBELLE. No guests today. We're just going to talk about this glorious year called 2020. We started off in a good place with Music to Be Murdered By. And as we were chatting just before we started this show, the list started to grow of how shitty the year was. But let's start on the good note. Music to Be Murdered By. All three of us are Eminem fans. I think most of the hip-hop fans that listen to the show are Eminem fans. It's kind of hard not to be an Eminem fan when you're a hip-hop fan unless you're just an asshole. But that was a good note. We started in a good place. It's, in my opinion, it might be the best Eminem album, that or the Eminem Show. Those are both my favorite so far, but we'll see if Music to Be Murdered By stands the test of time.
This new one, did it drop this year or previous year? It just dropped
last year.
So he dropped 2 in a year.
2 in a year. Yeah, we'll get
January
to that.
And December. Yeah.
That
It was
definitely was not as good.
What happened this year? The way it started and the way it ended.
That's exactly where we're going. That's how this story is gonna fucking start and end. But well, what are your guys' thoughts on Music to Be Murdered By? Before we get into how shitty things went for the next 11 months.
I liked everything except for like 2 songs, I think. I think it's a fucking masterpiece.
Godzilla, is that your favorite?
Yes, Godzilla. Godzilla could fuck off.
I fucking hate it.
All of it.
And the fucking
I mean, it's cool and shit. Godzilla is he spit very fast and it's that weird fucking like almost crunk beat, right?
Yeah, but it's asshole.
But I mean, it's cool to show off the skill like that. I'm saying I don't know if it should have been a single. We already have a rap god. Fucking let it go.
That one's terrible too. We're just crushing Amy's fucking dreams over here.
I'm just here for the shit show.
Eminem's never made a bad song in his life, according to her.
That is a complete lie. That is absolutely false. We can start with fact, but anyway.
What's the worst song on Music to Be Murdered By, in your opinion?
The worst song?
Yeah.
What? Why are you gonna do me like that?
Ah.
No. I would say so. Darkness, because I hate listening to it because that's the most depressing fucking thing ever. I remember when that came out, even you were like, dude, I can't watch this.
That's fucking eerie.
Yeah. So that one, and then I also would say I liked Unaccommodating, but I don't like Young M.A. that much. So there was that. I don't know. I feel like what was the Skylar Grey one? I'm gonna have to Google it. Whatever one with Skylar was like, I felt like it was good. It was all right, but like I really like her with him, and that one I just wasn't. I don't know. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And like I loved Those Kind of Nights with Ed Sheeran. Like I feel like that was probably when they saw the track list, most people's go to what the fuck song. But like I thought that one was actually really dope. But anyway, you asked about the ones I don't like, so I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the track list now.
I'm trying to pull it up too. Oh, here,
came up. Leaving Heaven. That's the Skylar.
Leaving Heaven. Yeah, that's a good song. I like I said, in my opinion, it might be his best album. I still listen to the Eminem Show, and it's been like, 17 fucking years? That's the thing. So I won't know for another 17 years if Music to Be Murdered By is his best. And by then, I might still be listening to the Eminem Show, which will be fucking 34 years old by then.
I will say, though, it hurt my heart a little bit that you didn't seem to like Yeah that much. Because that was one of my favorite tracks.
I was about to say Godzilla and Yeah can fuck off.
What? You don't even like Black Thought for 2 seconds?
I like that.
You know what it is with me? Sorry, with me is the beat. I really didn't like Godzilla beat and Yeah beat. Both those just turn me off by the sound. You know what I mean? I can appreciate the skill and everything. Obviously, everything's top notch. It's the sound that turned me off of those two.
Yeah, I like the creativeness too for Yeah. And the rapping is fucking incredible, but there's just too much going on there. There's too many things happening at one time.
You know what's too much going on is Joyner Lucas. I was about to say it's overload. It's a bit of an overload of everything.
Joyner's the shit.
In small doses.
In small doses?
You go fucking crazy with that much information.
Did you like I Will? I mean, because there's a whole lot going on there.
I love I Will.
Oh yeah, that fucking.
It's the I don't know. Me personally, that's what I mean. Godzilla and yeah, something about the sound.
Yeah.
I didn't even get into it. I didn't re-listen to it 20 times to understand what I don't like. Fuck it, I just didn't like it. I switched it.
I Will is one of my favorite Eminem verses ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I gotta be honest though,
incredible.
when this dropped and I saw the number of features on here, I was like, is this basically another re-up? Like, what the fuck is this? And because like I like it when he has features, especially when it's something unexpected. Like the first time he featured Rihanna, I think everybody was kind of like, wait, what? But then that ended up being dope, right? Skylar, a lot of them are good, but when there's this many on one album, I get a little itchy before I listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, he's proven his point, right? But so, I mean, solo albums are cool and shit, right? But I don't mind seeing him working with other people.
Lock It Up was good too with Anderson .Paak. That's that one, right?
Lock It Up. I see it on the checklist.
Good
I don't
answer,
know, but
guys. Good answer.
Yes, sorry.
Way to support the team.
I'm trying to look at it and remember what it was.
Fuck, I wouldn't even blame the listeners if they turn it off here. No fucking support.
But let's move on.
Shit.
This is not a review of fucking Eminem show, right?
Yeah,
Or, I mean,
But now it's just gonna get fucking depressing. Well, the whole COVID shit. Well, actually, we had Kobe's death.
So you want to stick on the album? Fuck moving on.
Yeah, no shit. Skip over all the fucking hell from 2020. Kobe's death. That was awful. It's just because Kobe Bryant. That's not how Kobe goes out. And he should live till at least almost 100 years old. You know, when like at basketball games and stuff, there'll be some like legend that fucking played 75 years ago, and they bring them out on the court, and person has to hold them on each side because they can barely walk. They come out and they can barely wave, but they try their best and shit. Kobe should be living to those fucking ages, not dying in a helicopter crash with his teenage daughter. That was fucking terrible. People who weren't even basketball fans felt the impact of that.
That just shows you that money and nothing matters, eh? Just one little fucking slip and that's it. It doesn't matter how much you're worth, who you are, what you do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? One little slip, mistake somewhere. I don't know if it was a mistake or an accident or a malfunction, whatever the fuck it was, right? 1 second and you're gone.
That's it. Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, what is there to say? It's, like it was one of those things that it was just like you watched it happen. You couldn't believe it, right? I think what got me the worst of all was that, I mean, all of it, right? Kobe is like, we've talked about so many times, a lot of people's Michael Jordan, right? So, and I'm with that. But he was young, but it was like his wife finding out on Instagram or Twitter or whatever was what really just got me. Because
really? I don't think I knew that.
Yes, there was so much paparazzi and so many, like, whoever, I don't remember who it was, but that's why there was like this big wave of people being like, people need to be more respectful, motherfuckers die, blah, 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 like right after that.
Wow.
Because she found out, I don't remember, don't quote me, I don't remember if it was Instagram or Twitter, but she saw it online because like TMZ or somebody had gotten it before she had been notified. That's how she found out.
Well, that's the internet age though, right? You know what I mean?
Sure. But I mean, also
and that's who he is too, right? If me and you rent a helicopter and smash it, it's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be national.
Nobody's going to give a shit.
No, it's not going to be national news for sure. Our parents will find out before or our spouses will find out before the news will, you know what I mean?
Well, I agree.
The news might not even report it.
That's what I'm saying. But because Kobe of who he is, people probably follow him on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But like at the same time, if you're in a fucking helicopter that's, burning on the side of a mountain, somebody might think it's you or somebody might know where you were going that day. But let's be real, dude. Like, it doesn't take that long for somebody that knows something to tell somebody in the family. I mean, to make it so far that like his wife just happened to be sitting around on social media waiting for her daughter and her husband to get to their practice or game or whatever they were going to and happened to see it within 15, 20 minutes. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's sad as fuck too. Imagine what she like the denial she must have went through at first.
Oh yeah,
right. There's no way that right because you would have to say like bottom line. I would know before anyone else. I'm his goddamn wife. That's my goddamn daughter. Obviously, this has to be fake. I would be the first one to know. Yep. So and then that fucking the time of waiting from.
I bet you the fucking helicopter company might not know yet. These motherfuckers are already all over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're probably still checking the signal on the radio, right? Hey, where are you? Where are you? These motherfuckers already taking pictures, posting it on Instagram.
Fucking TMZ or whoever it was. Probably TMZ though.
Well, they buy the material. It doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? They buy the material, whoever brings it first. So if you're first to bring them the material, they'll pay you the money. And then just stamp TMZ on it.
And you know what, though? And they're not always right, but I've been a TMZ reader. I won't say fan, but reader for many, many years. And I remember the turning point of people finally being like, you know what? TMZ gets it right a whole lot more than they get it wrong. And that was when Paul Walker died. And ever since then, I won't say when I see what they post, I'm like, oh shit, this is real. But I'm much more likely to Google it or get on Twitter and see if I can find something else rather than just being like, it's TMZ. They get a whole lot more right than not.
I saw people saying this is probably about a month ago that Eddie Murphy is dead.
Yeah, that was
He
on.
dies every year. Fuck out of here.
I was like, what the fuck? Eddie Murphy's dead?
I know. I was actually getting upset for a second. Then
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, Eminem died like twice in the last 3 years.
Probably clickbaits, right?
I remember the first time I ever heard Eminem died. It was probably like late 90s, like around the internet boom. And I was fucking devastated. I was like, fucking Pac, then Biggie, now this motherfucker.
I remember hearing when Proof died. I didn't think that was real. And then that was a bad day, but
yeah.
And then we came into COVID, right?
Yeah, well, actually, Australia burned down first, and then...
Well, yeah, that's right.
So Australia burned down. California had a slow burn. They were a slow roast.
They were on all year.
Fuck, man, what a nightmare.
Dude, like, I don't remember the order of everything now. Like, COVID definitely, because that lasted so long, that seemed like that was just the whole year. But don't forget we had murder hornets.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about them. Oh, fuck. Holy shit.
What else? Chadwick Boseman died.
Yeah.
He died. That was fucked up.
Yeah. And he was like, what, 40 years? In his 40s?
Was he even? I don't even think he was.
Maybe not even?
No, I think.
Crazy. And he had, what, a pancreatic cancer or something like that?
He was... It doesn't matter how old he was, but... I guess he was 76, 86. Wow. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was another one that sucked.
I mean, let's be honest. Pretty much, Alex Trebek died.
Oh fuck.
You know what? The other good news is, I just have to say, I know we're gonna get back. The Grand Prix, good news. The other Eminem album, good news. Betty White made it through the year.
That is good news, actually.
She's immortal.
Dude.
She's like the Queen of England.
She's 98 years old. You know what's fucked? I actually looked up Betty White's age yesterday because I was watching a documentary about comedy and like stand-up comedy plus comedy sitcoms and how like comedy news like Stephen Colbert and shit like that and the evolution of stand-up comedy into TV shows and movies and stuff. And yo, she's been around for fucking ever. I was like, she's the chick from the Golden Girls. Fuck no. She's been around forever doing big shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, how fucking old is she? She's got to be pushing 100. I looked it up. 98 years old.
Yeah, she's been around for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good news. She made it through the year.
Good news. I mean, the building downtown was born. That's good news. Matter of fact, had we done this show closer to the time that we were planning on doing it, we were like really right after a year from when the first show was like published. Not that I was, but
yeah, and just so the listeners know, we tried to do this on December 30th, 2020, and as we were setting up for the show, the fucking XLR cable broke from one of the mics. So
literally caved in. I've never seen no shit like that.
The fucking thing just crumbled to fucking pieces. And that's obviously how 2020 is going to end. So we figured we might just put this off until very early in the fucking new year because 2020 is against us. Another good thing, though, before we get into the hell.
More good things. Go.
What's that?
I said, no, there's a couple more good things. Go.
Krill fucking got his first media credentials. We got to go to BTC
in
awesome. Kitchener, the MMA event for the Ontario Regional MMA Show, BTC. Yeah, that was cool as shit. Amy, you've got to cover shows before. I really don't know what the fuck you did there with radio credentials, though. I always wondered that. When I got radio credentials, I remember asking Joe Rizzo from Rear Naked Choke Radio, like, fuck, so what do I do with radio credentials? He's like, you just go and just you talk about the fight on the show next week. And I was like, I don't fucking take notes. I don't have to report live updates. I don't got to tweet. This is nice.
I did one card. What card was this? I live tweeted the entire thing. I believe from the actual, not my account. It was a Bellator card. I remember it was like Carl Amisu. I can't remember who else was on it. It was a good card. I even got Bjorn. I talked to Bjorn for a while. You know what? I still have that. Not only do I have the audio somewhere, like I actually still have that like handheld voice recorder with the file on the machine still. But that one I live tweeted. The rest of them I just didn't. To be fair though, like I'll say this now, way after the fact. I think that a lot of the events that I went to that people thought I was credentialed at, I was not credentialed at. I was usually given tickets by UFC people that I knew. Mm-hmm. And various whatever, but like I was not like credentialed working, like having to cover anything. But it always worked out because then on my podcast I always had a lot to talk about because I was at so many of the events.
Yeah, going as a writer, and doing interviews. Fuck, those were busy ass nights because it's not necessarily like a blow by blow, but a fight recap of each fight. So I want to get that up as soon as possible. So I'd be in like the back end of MMA Diehards in the WordPress, typing up the blurb. Plus I'd have to have the live results ready for that post. Plus I'd have to tweet and do the posting on there and have notes on the side because I do interviews with the fighters, not right after the fight, but after they were in their locker room, got cleaned up, medical attention if they needed it, whatever. I do interviews with the handheld recorder. Once Black Rob started coming with me, when places started cutting out, letting like 3 writers go to one show, because it's like, we don't need 3 fucking writers. This is stupid. You aren't doing anything. Rob went out and bought a camera and a bunch of lenses and spent a fortune and became a cameraman. So then I had to start doing on video fucking interviews while doing the other shit. I was like Ariel Helwani times 5. Not really.
But then we had Maggie, and so nobody else had to go do anything.
Yeah, that used to piss me off.
Oh, she was sweet though.
Yeah, not her. I got it though.
I know.
It's like nobody wants to look at my fucking Jolly Green giant ass when Maggie fucking Kroll could be on camera. I get it. Jesus Christ. I look like the fucking brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, that's being generous.
Fuck you! Eat a dick. So yeah, BTC, that was a fucking awesome night.
I wouldn't mind going again. We're supposed to go somewhere you said, because I missed that part of the show.
Faisal, the other day, yeah, when we were wrapping up with Faisal, and he was saying about the...
Do you know when? Because that's what I mean. I wasn't there. When was he saying he's holding that thing down? Or
Oh, it's not going to be in the next month or anything. I don't know when it is, but...
He didn't say nothing about the time?
No, but that'll be cool as shit.
I'm down. I want to actually talk to some people, too, because we went there, but I wasn't in the greatest shape to talk to fighters.
No, you weren't. No, you were not. Taking a lot of medicine. Fucking so that was February 28th. In March, things started shutting down. When did the COVID started in Asia in like what, January?
Before
they first identified it in December, but I don't think anything really happened until January.
Yeah, but by March, was the States in fucking shambles by then?
We shut down in New York City March 17th.
Yeah, we shut down sometime in March in Ontario.
I mean, New York, it was like parts of Washington, like Seattle, New York, and I think a couple of places in maybe like LA in California were the first. Like this, definitely we didn't have a nationwide shutdown, and definitely did not have a pervasive shutdown in this country until maybe what people are calling the second wave. But back at that time, there were like little clusters of like towns that were shut down, but it was mostly just Washington was first, and then New York City, and then I think LA. I don't remember. San Francisco. I don't know.
I sobered up in August.
I sobered up in August.
That's when I noticed the COVID.
Lucky you.
For the first 6 months of COVID, he was fine.
Yeah.
Because he didn't leave his bedroom.
Oh, fuck. No, but honestly, my life didn't change until August, and then I noticed.
I mean, that's a good thing that happened this year too.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Fuck.
I guess.
I'm fucking almost 6 months sober, man. That's an accomplishment.
Probably be dead by now if not.
See?
Well, that's a
Trump
good
was
thing.
Trump was impeached. That was a good thing.
That's a bad thing.
He still didn't fucking do anything. It wasn't anything.
And has he left yet?
No, dude. Secret
20th.
Service is gonna drag him screaming and kicking out in a couple weeks, I believe.
I think it's the 20th. He has to give up the fucking throne.
Yeah. Yep.
He's not fucking going anywhere. He's gonna have a team of Russian mafia fucking members sitting out front of the White House shooting at fucking FBI agents.
No shit.
Bunch of guys named Vladimir and Pavel.
I want to have a conspiracy show, man. I have so much. I don't even want to start it now.
Yeah, we'll cease to talk after that, Kirill.
I'll do the intro and the outro.
Yeah, right.
That's it. I'll fucking pre-record it and give it to you.
The whole back side of the show is just Jason maniacally laughing in the background. Like an asshole.
So COVID season.
China's partying all out now. I've seen pictures. I don't know if it's true or not, but they have fucking thousands of people in the square and shit and ball drop and whatever the countdown. Everybody's having fun. You know what? What did you see any sort of countdown in States, Amy?
The Times Square countdown. I mean, I watched it on TV.
Did you? So there was some shit going on. There was people there and shit. Everything.
Oh
right?
no, God, no. It was completely closed off to the public, and they like invited first responders.
But there was some sort of people singing and fucking something happening, right?
No, like so it was the same as it is every year with like performers and like people singing and hosts. Yeah, but like there weren't humans in Times Square watching the ball drop.
In Canada, they showed a dude in burqa and the fucking background was COVID camps.
Seriously?
That's what it is, bro. That's like, in case you're not depressed enough,
here you go.
We'll fix you up.
No shit.
See what I'm saying?
If you haven't been suicidal yet this year, we'll get you before midnight.
That's what I'm saying. At least show somebody sing and dance. I don't know. I'm pretty sure entertainers have been bored for a while.
Oh yeah, man. We saw Anderson Cooper got wasted again and cackled his way through a segment of his co-host asking Snoop Dogg all the public places he's gotten high.
And none of that was funny.
Dude,
so
but just the
there
laugh.
was no need for that laughing.
He was drunk, man. He was shooting tequila and he doesn't drink. And then we got to see Nelly perform. Brandy performed. It was a nice year of throwback performances for me.
Brandy? What'd she sing?
You know what? I don't remember. It wasn't like, because it was like 2 or 3 songs, and like some of it was like, I'm gonna sing, 3 lines from this song and then transition to that song. Like she wasn't up there singing Half of the Boy Is Mine or anything. Did
anyone do as good of a job as Mariah Carey did a few years back?
Nothing will ever top that, ever. I'm almost hysterical again just thinking about that right now.
What a fucking piss tank drunk.
I thought it was actually good because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, you gotta see this. I'll show you when we're done. Before you take off, I'll show you. It's fucking wow.
She's nice and hemmed.
Dude, nothing went right. The sound didn't work. The backtrack didn't work. The dancing didn't work. She was threatening to walk off stage. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was fucking brilliant. A brilliant performance.
And they didn't cut from it. They just let it keep going.
Yeah, because fuck that.
Man, all right, sorry. That gives me
way too
much pleasure.
Then we came into what? When did the tournament start? When did Grand Prix start?
We're just gonna skip COVID season.
What the fuck do you want to do about COVID, man?
That's what I'm thinking, man. Fuck it. People fucking know what it is. They hear enough about it. It was fucking garbage. The world
still is.
Fucking
We're
went
still in the fucking zone
sewer.
purple.
Yeah. Some places like us we're back in lockdown. I guess it depends on where you are and what part of the world. If you're in fucking China,
Atlanta's partying, and Atlanta's got clubs open.
They're having thousands of people get together in public places and hang out and shit.
Hey, if you go to Florida, Universal and SeaWorld are hitting capacity.
Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Florida's a fucking outstanding place from what I hear, eh?
You didn't hear enough about that from me when I lived there, huh?
Remember that shit? Fucking what movie was it from? Buddy shoots a gun at the fucking side of the store. He's like, "There's people out there," and Buddy's just like, "It's Florida. These people don't matter."
The fuck was I gonna say? Oh, Thesaurus. He tweeted something. I think it was yesterday, the day before. He said the United States is the Florida of the world.
And I favorited that immediately.
Oh, you saw that?
That's so funny.
I've been to Florida for a month and I enjoyed it, but the news that come out of there is just fucking incredible. Must be some little towns, right? Fucking little some I don't know what to call them, hick towns.
Mm-hmm. Amy lived there. How long did you live there? Like 5 years? 4 years?
In Florida? No, I lived in Florida over 8 years.
8 years? Oh shit.
Yeah, I was in Daytona for 2 years, then Orlando for a little over 6.
I almost drawn to Daytona. Good times.
Oh yeah, but you moved to Vegas.
Yeah, I was in Vegas for a while. That's true.
And then moved back to Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, nice place. I remember you used to fucking.
It is a nice place. It's just that's what I'm saying.
And fucking all kinds of dirty ass insects on your fucking front lawn. Oh,
dude.
Fuck that.
I like lizards, man.
Dude, yeah, you like them until you fucking walk on them on accident because they're every goddamn where.
Oh, I remember walking out of the house. You like the door closes behind you, like a little screen door, and these motherfuckers like cockroaches.
Yeah, dude.
All over the wall, all over the bushes, like, little fucking. I don't mind little lizards.
I'll stay in cold ass Canada.
As long as it's not a fucking crocodile, and not that I'm good.
Dude. And then there would be the snakes, and of course, like every snake I sent you a picture of, Jason, they were just like black, like garter snakes or whatever. But look, if this motherfucker's like 5 feet long, right outside my front door when I'm opening my front door, slithering across my sidewalk when I'm letting my dogs out without their leash, I'm not with that shit. Fuck
5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, dude, they're like, most of them that I saw were like 3 to 5 feet, and they're not like big pythons. They're not like.
I don't give a shit. Dude. I thought they would only be like fucking 10 to 14 inches.
Dude, I will. Oh, it's like a fucking worm. I will never forget this one day.
Like fucking Amazon there.
I was playing phone tag with Trig for like the better part of an entire day. Finally, I'll never forget this. He finally called me, or whichever, he called me or I called him, whatever. He just had picked up was the point. And I had walked out of my front door and there was a fucking snake right there. I screamed, and like I don't have like a phobia. Like I don't like moths. That's my thing. Fuck a moth. I don't like snakes, but I'm not having nightmares about them or anything. But I don't need to walk up on one either. And so
I mean, unless it rattles, you should be okay.
You would not make it, Kirill, but no, this fucking thing, like it was kind of hidden under a leaf. Not like the ones I would send you pictures of. Obviously, those were obvious, and that's why I got pictures. I swear to fucking God, dude, I almost stepped on this thing. I have never screamed like that because I thought I was gonna die if I stepped on it. And poor Trig, I think he thought I was getting murdered and trying to make him go deaf at the same time. He called me back like 5 minutes later frantically and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay." And it was at that point that I was like, I fancy myself an outdoors person when it's not 1,000,000 degrees out and I'm not going to ignite. But the thing with Florida, and y'all Florida motherfuckers acting like this shit's real, that is not normal, is like, look, I've lived all over the country, man. There are animals. There's foxes and bears and small bears and deer and scorpions. And there's all kinds of animals. In Florida, they're like fucking dinosaurs and killers. There's like these prehistoric fucking swimming boots with teeth bigger than my face. There's insects that can kill you. There's bears 3 times the size of your dad who you can't get near because they're protected. There's it's like there's armadillos, which I thought was a fucking dinosaur the first time I saw one in person. There's snakes everywhere. There's lizards everywhere.
Everybody's got a gun.
Well, not everybody, yes, but if you get into the cities are a little less like that. But the cities are not the main part of Florida. The most of Florida is country. But
I've been. That's what I'm saying. I've only been to Orlando, so I haven't noticed a lot of stupid shit that comes on the news, right? So I imagine it's got to be little towns and shit.
They're not.
I've been to Orlando and Daytona.
Yeah. So I mean, everything. Look, I'm sorry, Ak. I know you're an Orlando guy. But everything outside of the actual cities, Jacksonville, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and we'll skip the college towns, but everything outside of that is like the fucking set of Deliverance.
Oh, fuck.
To me. That's how I felt.
Horrible.
That's how I felt about it. So, anyway, I don't know where we got off track to that because that felt like a very murder hornet.
We started with 2020, ended up in Florida.
Well, that's how it seems like it works. But the point is, there are just so many things there that these people. I went to a birthday party with a friend of mine's birthday party in a Natural Springs area in a state park. It's gorgeous over there. You can literally watch alligators swim by you while you're sitting there on the boardwalk. But there's also people tubing in the water. And I'm like, I'll never forget this either. I was like, hey,
That's big of a lizard for me. Fuck
yeah,
that.
no, I ain't even living a fucking lizard. But I'm like, hey guys, I don't mean to panic anybody, but I don't know if you knew this. These assholes laughed at me and they were like, they don't care if you don't care. Don't bother them. They're only dangerous when they're hungry. Bitch.
I don't know if he's hungry.
Right. Well, ask him. Fuck out
There's
of
only
here.
one way to find out.
Shit, fuck that.
Anyway, yeah. So it's not for me. I don't get down with all the not a grizzly bear, but all the animals down there that could eat me. I'm good with most animals.
Here's the alligator.
Yeah.
So, yeah, COVID season starts. There's no point in talking about that.
Fuck it.
Everybody has enough about it. But with the Billy downtown, Kirill and I were trying to get practice runs in so he could get more experience doing it and then eventually start bringing guests on. So this Florida thing can actually tie into this here. The shows were fucking terrible, but we had to get the runs in. And then September, the Billy Downtown 25, we had Amy on as technically the first guest ever.
I remember those.
Sitting in Florida on blocks is in the title. So see, this could tie into Florida because that's another good thing that happened last year. You got to share the story with not just me and other people, friends that knew it, with the world. So anyone needs to hear this story, I think you should go listen to Billion Downtown 25. It is fan-fucking-tastic. It is one of the greatest stories you'll ever hear of a car sitting on blocks. But after that show, Krill fucking really liked having you on, felt more comfortable. Plus, he brought up a good point that people want to hear a woman's perspective as well. It adds something to the show, which I agreed with right away.
Stop coughing. I'm sorry.
So we can't really call you the first guest, but right after that, then you became part of the show, and just so happened for the three of us that the KOT Grand Prix picked up or started, or the rumors came out, whatever, the news started coming out about it around that time. So it was good that we got to basically piggyback on that as we were starting to bring guests on and brought you in because it's worked out perfect with you being on. And especially with the things we talk about, unless we get to one of Krill's conspiracy shows, then you might be you have to call in sick that day.
Call it dead.
Got corona like fucking Trump's youngest son. He had it, what was it, for 12 hours or some shit?
Is that a thing that happened? I even missed that. Baron?
Yeah. That young kid that he's got. Apparently he had 15-hour corona or some shit.
Okay. Little head bug.
When was Trump throwing paper towels at people? Was that last year? Was that 2020?
No, that was after the hurricane, one of the hurricanes in Puerto Rico a couple of years ago.
Yeah, his stupidity just didn't stop, right? So it just ties in one after another. It's hard to keep
it all
track
blurs
of the
together.
timeline.
Yeah.
You guys are haters.
Yep. Show enough.
But before we get into the Grand Prix and some of those guests, because that could be a lengthy conversation.
Oh, also Tekashi got sentenced while Trump was getting impeached. I remember having very spirited.
That was November 2019.
I know, but we were talking about the first show that we did, that you guys did, and that was what was going on.
Oh yeah. And then he's out now.
Amazing.
He got out in 2020.
But it's not amazing. But anyway.
And surprisingly, he's still alive.
I'm just happy the music flopped.
He never made music. He made racket. I don't know who's worse. the people that are mad at him because he snitched and they were fans, or that they were fans in the first fucking place. I don't know what is worse. He's a fucking asshole. Nobody should have been a fan in the first goddamn place. You wouldn't have got your heart broken. Fuck. Pick better fucking idols. So, yeah, before we get to, because the Grand Prix is going to be a lot of good talk. Some of the other shitty things. There's a what was his name? George Floyd, I think, with the fucking the cop with the knee on the neck. That was 2020, wasn't it?
That was peak 2020.
I was fucking hell. That just raised.
Oh yeah, the Corona riots, right? Yeah. Riots during Corona.
The George Floyd, and then there was.
It wasn't just him though. It was like all. Yeah. It all came out like month after month, back to back. It was like Ahmaud Arbery, and then Breonna Taylor, and then
Breonna Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, and there obviously there's too exhaustive a list to go through everybody, but that was all like.
There's obviously a problem.
It's like that part's not a question, but that was just like every month it was like another. Oh, what else can happen? Oh, that can happen, and it was like.
But you know how devastated people are. Imagine the lockdown, and then you throw some race shit in there, and then pour some fucking gas on a fire, and just let it go. That, you know what I mean? A lot of that shit. I'm gonna get into a little bit of this. A lot of this shit was like. A lot of this shit was the riots, especially, were very tactical and technical. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whoever the fuck did it before. It wasn't just a bunch of assholes who got together and rioted.
About rioting and not protesting.
Well, I'm talking about the shit that happened after George Floyd, right? They set fucking police stations and malls on fire. Remember all that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I just want to make the distinction that like rioting and looting and protesting are not the same thing.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Maybe I said something wrong, but I'm talking about when they set shit on fire, like legit malls on fire. Yeah. And, you know what I mean? All that shit was done like professionally. You know what I'm saying? The way that it was orchestrated, it wasn't just like you and me. If we get together and go set some malls on fire, it won't be executed as beautifully as that was. You know what I mean? They got a bunch of idiots together to go fucking woohoo, right? And got I don't know, five pros to set it on fire.
Antifa shit. What the fuck was that? Because I just try to keep that shit out of.
Well, I didn't want to mention it, but that's what I'm talking about. All that Antifa and all that. You know, these people are trained.
And what the hell are they?
I don't know what they are, but they cause shit.
Do you have any idea what they are, Amy?
So, Antifa, it's not an organization as in there's a leader, there's a president, there's chapters. It's not like that. It's a group of people that hold a certain ideology that sometimes tend toward being more disruptive and destructive than other people might be. But where we get off the rails on this is that the idea, at least behind the name, is a good idea, which all Antifa is an abbreviation of anti-fascism.
Yeah, that's how it started, but now they seem like fucking mercenaries.
Well, but here's the thing. You've got far left and far right groups, both of which do exactly what you're describing and blame it on the other. So there's no way of knowing which groups it actually was.
Right. The more you look into it, the more shit pops up that you don't know what the fuck is true anymore.
I definitely believe a lot of that was professionally done.
Oh, it definitely was. It looked like an operation, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying it, but like, you know, everybody was quick to go, oh, it was Black Lives Matter crowd, it was Antifa, it was the Proud Boys, it was the Boogaloo Boys, it was the whoever. And nobody knows. There's somebody
who doesn't even exist, man. It could have been one of the politicians debated.
Right. So that's that was my big thing, is that like
they landed today, left on Friday, and fucking nobody knows what happened. You know what I mean? Don't blame everybody.
Well, there were a couple individuals that were caught on camera that were heavily clothed and, you know, hats and masks and everything that people thought they had proven were cops that were starting some of the riots. But the point is that Antifa, to answer your question, Jason, is a lot of people who obviously would be like anti-Trump people, for instance, or anti a lot of government, really. But the idea behind how it started was anti-fascism, which is a good idea. The way it happened to play out after that, maybe not always the best execution of ideas, but that's what the group of people is.
They sound fucking fantastic. Jesus Christ, there's so many better things you could do with your life. Fucking pick one. I think we got most of the garbage out of the way for 2020 now. I think from here on out, it's all good news to talk about from our end anyways.
I was going to say, let's not get crazy.
Yeah, from our end anyways. So yeah, you joined the show. which technically makes the first guest nameless. And that went very well. And from there, we just started fucking rolling. And like I said, piggyback on the Grand Prix. We've recapped every single fucking event, plus had on battlers in between the recaps. So I don't know how much of a recap we need to get into right here. But moments from shows covering the Grand Prix. What are some of your guys' favorite moments? Like I don't want to be like, favorite guests, this, that, because I think every guest has been solid. Speaking of Real Deal yesterday, actually, when he asked me to send him a couple samples, I was like, I told him I'll send you just the channel with all the episodes on it. Because aside from a few shitty audio problems on the guest sides, shout out to So Severe and Ron Fraser. Don't want to put anyone on the spot, but the guests have been solid. So I don't want to make it that. You know what I mean? What's your favorite episode or whatever? But some of the moments that from we've had the shows covering them. What are some of your guys' favorite ones?
Mine are Severe and Ak.
Severe and Ak?
Yeah, those are my highlights.
Yeah.
I got the most out of that. I mean, the whole shit with the Grand Prix was nice, right? Now I know who these people are.
Yeah.
Right? Because I watched it at your house lots of times and they're just fucking bits and pieces. So I couldn't. It's hard to build. It's hard to follow battle rap if you don't know at least some sort of a history.
Yes.
Because
a lot of bars didn't make sense to me, right? I can understand that these people rhyme and they got a flow, but what the fuck are they talking about?
Yep.
Right? So now that I'm into it, I understand, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to battle for fucking all these people to know who I am.
Yeah, it's like the other day when I had on... Did you hear that, Amy?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking... Yeah, the other day, like, we were watching older battles. We watched Kid Twist versus Holohan, and then Holohan versus Thesaurus, which is right after that. And, like, there was things from each battle that connected to each other. And then the battle after that for Holohan was Holohan versus Pat, I'm pretty sure. If not, it was shortly after that. And remember I was telling you Pat did Holohan's scheme about Thesaurus, the fan of your chest, sweaty sex, all that shit. And Pat did it the way that it was
supposed to sound.
Yeah, supposed to be said or whatever, saying that Holohan bit that rhyme. So yeah, you're exactly right. It all connects the history, and especially if you have like Sharon and Real Deal, who knows how that's going to go down? But if they start getting into the history of stuff with each other,
God.
Real Deal was in fucking grind time. Sharon's been with KOTD for 12 years. So there's so much shit, right? If people don't know the history of it, they won't get the bars. But sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, all of it, the whole Grand Prix was dope, right? Like pan and direct and everything. But just to me, like I'm working with Severe and I'm gonna, you know what I mean? And I'm talking to Ak and shit. Like I really clicked with those people, and the episodes were dope.
Yeah, they were. I mean? They definitely were. Yeah, and you find
Times was a memorable one too.
Times was awesome.
Times was a good episode.
Times was awesome. Yeah, and not knowing too much about him, when you don't know like a whole lot about the guest, there's advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are you don't know anything, so you can just ask away and find out things. The disadvantages, especially if there's not a lot of material out there of them doing interviews or anything, you don't know what they're like in normal conversation, right? So it's fucking, right? You're just like, okay, we'll see how it goes.
But I think you got the asshole over here.
I don't know if we've been lucky or have been, you know what I mean? But so far, everybody we had seemed to be fucking on fire.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying, right? Like,
every show when fucking we come out, like I never finished a show thinking, oh, that was lame.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Except for once again, So Severe and Ron Fraser.
But well, that was the technical shit, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but they've both been on twice, and they're going to be on more in the future.
The Air Force of MMA.
Yeah, the Air Force of MMA. That's Ron. So, the one episode from each of them came out well, and the other ones like. I don't know if Ron was just laying on the fucking runway in Vegas or what. Like, holy shit. Amy, what are some of your favorite moments from shows we've done related to the GP?
Well, first I have a random trivia since you're talking about Pat. Do you know what battle Pat says is Pat's favorite?
No. Of Pat?
Yeah.
Of his own battles?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Take a guess.
Shame? No shame.
Nope.
Kirill?
I'd say Marv. I don't know.
It definitely won't be that one.
That's my favorite.
I bet it is.
It's very fucking offensive.
Pat's favorite Pat battle is his compliment battle.
Ah, fuck. That's what I should have went with. I was thinking No Shame because, in a way, it was like No Shame wanted to battle Pat really bad, and fucking knew what Pat was gonna bring, and No Shame being I don't know my genders anymore, so I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Even take
that
a
thing.
shot.
That yeah. That the
Right.
fucking
So like
the
Pat
battle.
kind of did that because No Shame wanted to share that with the alphabet community, as Dave Chappelle calls them. Fucking yeah, No Shame wanted to, it's just like in battle rap, mean things get said, but can also be done in a good, talented way and stuff like that. So it was like something that Pat feels good about. But yeah, the compliment battle is what I should have said. That's why I said No Shame. I knew it wouldn't be Marv.
Right.
It's just
I wondered.
You know what I mean?
You never heard anyone speak to someone like that before?
I wondered if he might have said head ice. I wondered if he was going to say head ice because I felt like that was his last really fire, like patting hard. Pat was his
Really?
head ice spell.
If you want to talk about favorite battle, fucking head ice and fucking Gorilla Twin, what's his name? Nems. Yeah. That was one of my favorite fucking battles ever.
That was fucking.
I'm saying that I thought Pat was gonna say maybe head ice.
I wouldn't think head ice.
Because he felt like on top of the world after that one, and that's still one people quote.
I'm
not my favorite.
Was it?
But to answer your question, our shows, God, I think Severe and Times were two only because both of them were people, since I am the person on our show who just asks random fucking questions for no reason. I think those were the two that had the most like what the fuck answers. That like I feel like all of us were sitting here the entire time being like, and then what else the whole time with both of them. So that was fun. Trying to think. Hayes, obviously, I think he was this last time we had him on was the best. Penn, obviously, I could listen to Penn.
Yeah, Penn with the Ed Sheeran and shit, all of that. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a funny moment. But I mean, there, like we've all said, there weren't any bad moments. I feel like so it's hard to pick like a moment. I'm shocked neither of you found trying to throw me under the bus to say Severe to be one of your favorite moments, but. But no, I also, I also think it's fun to randomly talk to people that weren't intending to talk to us. So like when we talked to Clayton, when we had Avocado on, we talked to Marissa, we had Lush on, like I like that too.
Fuck, I missed most of that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that sucked that you missed Lush because that's one that you really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking sucked. I
could talk about getting sober too.
Yeah.
I mean, Avocado and all that shit they're doing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Amy, I didn't even tell you the other day. KOTD. I think it was in Talkback. They posted who you think's gonna win the title, Sharon or Diz. I think that was or Sharon or Real Deal. Sorry, I think that was the question. Anyway, you voted for Sharon. And I could see your face in the little circle icon underneath like the bar of like how many people voted a percentage or whatever. And I took a screenshot and then zoomed in. So there was 5 pictures starting with the original one until it zoomed in on your face. And I sent all 5 of them to So Severe. And I was like, this bitch is already out here making predictions.
You're an asshole. That's funny.
Yeah, that was a good moment though.
Like, that's not your prediction, too? Come on.
Well, I'm going to roll a Sharon. He's my friend, obviously. It's like I told you the one time when me and you were talking. It was actually on a show. Crow wasn't around, and me and you did a show. You were a guest co-host. This was back in, like, the spring. Something we were talking about battle rap, and I said, like, Ilmac could body Sharon. And because I said I think Ilmac would beat Sharon. And you were surprised by that. And I said, but Ilmac could body Sharon. And I'm still going to try to state a case. Like, well, he did good here, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's my guy. So I'm not going to switch up on him. But I'm also not fucking retarded. Like, same with, like, MMA, right? You might be friends with a fucking guy from regionals. And then he goes into the UFC prelims. You know he's never going to beat up John Jones. but it doesn't mean you can't root for him if he's going to fight John Jones. I mean, you would fight for anyone that fought John Jones.
I was going to say that's maybe not the best example to use, but not that we're going to talk MMA at all, but like, does he have what is happening in his life? Not that I care about him personally, but like he just kind of disappeared again.
Who?
John Jones.
I don't know.
Isn't he putting weight on?
Yeah, he gave up his belt and he went to heavyweight. Mm-hmm. And now I saw a headline on MMA Junkie the other day on Twitter, and it said that Dana White said talks with John Jones returning are going well. I was like, returning? I thought he just went to heavyweight. So I don't fucking know. And Israel Adesanya, the middleweight champion, there's Dana's saying like, there's possibility of that fight happening at fucking light heavyweight. Well, if John gave up his goddamn belt, went to heavyweight, why is Izzy going up to 205? And then the other day they announced that Jan Blachowicz, the 205 champion, is fighting Israel at 205. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with John. The whole thing is a circus. That's why we need to get James Lynch on soon. I can't wait to do that fucking show.
Talk about Fight Island.
I was saying, how the fuck do you do this still, James, and not want to fucking shoot yourself? Because the whole thing is a soap opera.
It always has been. Come on.
At least it was an enjoyable soap opera back in the day when Middle Easy was a top-notch website.
I remember catching a load of shit for years for being close to them, and I'll have you know that they were one of the best sites.
Yeah, no shit. I loved Middle Easy. Fucking... And Lazy the Savage, he had a nice little group of connections there. He was friends with Ronda Rousey and the Diaz brothers. Nobody's fucking friends with Ronda Rousey or the Diaz brothers.
He still is.
That was crazy. Fucking, he got so much content from them that nobody else would ever get. Yeah, Middle Easy was dope. But that was long before 2020.
It was indeed. God damn, dude. That was like, I remember being like, 2010?
Mm-hmm.
I still have a Middle Easy t-shirt somewhere. Maybe two of them.
You have a Middle Easy t-shirt?
I told you I was friends with all of them.
So? Nobody ever gave me any fucking t-shirts.
Nobody likes you because you're an asshole.
That is fact. But
I still have a Die Hards t-shirt somewhere too, I think.
Never got one of those either.
I need to make some t-shirts.
Oh.
You need to get some fans. It's going right in line with 2020. Drake to shit.
All right. Well, what else? The Grand Prix.
Kirill's making English music now. That started at the end of the year.
Fucking right.
First single is out. Nicest Yet. You can find it on YouTube. Kril. Nicest Yet. Not that hard. Or if you have Alexa, you can just say, "Hey Alexa, Nicest Yet," as Amy pointed out to us.
It seems like Nicest Yet was a good title. I don't think anybody has it yet for some fucking reason.
I'm sure somebody does.
It doesn't pop up as nothing. But if you type in Nicest Yet, I pop up.
I'll also include the link in the blurb for this show. At least there'll be some good that came out of 2020.
I mean, I'm not trying to make the show no promotion, but I'm just saying that was a good title.
Why not? It's your goddamn show. Promote your music. Fucking asshole. Did you at least have a good Christmas?
I mean, are you talking to me?
Well, Kirill doesn't celebrate Christmas, so probably.
Oh, well. I mean, much to your chagrin, it was a very white Christmas, which I have not had in many, 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 many years. So I was very happy about that. Otherwise, it was just a day, I hung out with my mom. We ate breakfast, we ate lunch, we ate dinner, and that was that day.
Yeah.
I got a nice polo shirt.
I mean, that's better than not getting a nice polo shirt.
That's what I'm saying. That was my Christmas. You know what? Though snow dropped on Christmas. It was fucking mucky. On Christmas, at least snow came.
Yeah, it was shitty.
Now it's too much. You can go fuck off.
We haven't gotten any more since then. We got a boatload right then, but it was great.
Come get some. We got enough.
Because they like the snow.
Come get some.
He does. He hates it.
I really don't enjoy it.
Oh, and then to cap things off on a shitty note, apparently it's happened a couple months ago, but the news came out January 31st or December 31st. MF Doom is dead.
Yeah, Halloween actually.
So crazy that they kept it a secret for that long.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about him, to be honest. I heard a couple songs, but that was like super underground, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's got a fucking huge and loyal fan base. It's like an ICP thing, but I'd say better human beings.
Jesus.
Sorry, Juggalos. And I guess that's a wrap for that year.
Yeah, it's been enough.
It's been enough. It feels like it's still 2020 to me.
Well, I mean, nothing changed but the fucking number.
Next day.
No, I know, but it's like almost all of those things are over and have ended. So it's like there's always even like a slight mental reset when the calendar changes, even though reality isn't like changing with it. But
not when you're in a fucking lockdown.
That's
right?
what I'm
Because
saying. Like
everything
COVID
is
time
shut down, so nothing changes. Every day is the fucking same.
Yeah, COVID time is real.
COVID time is real.
Like I realized the other day that I was like, oh my gosh, in what 2 months, a little over, it'll be like New York just shut down, but it was a year ago. But it certainly doesn't feel like it was a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't let me start. with the conditioning and all the other shit.
Don't let me start. I'll call Faisal right fucking now.
Yeah, but we're talking about mental conditioning. Put a muzzle on you. Don't let you touch your fucking family.
Put a muzzle on you.
Don't talk, don't touch. Anyways.
Stay 6 feet away.
You know what? I hate to be the one to say
unless you're in a restaurant when you're sitting down to eat, everything was good. You know, remember that shit?
Yeah.
you wear a muzzle to come in, and then boom, as soon as you sit down, COVID's killed.
I was gonna say I'm kind of. I mean, and I'm not joking about this, and I'm not making light either of anything. I'm kind of real good with like people staying the fuck away from me, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the rest of it sucks, but
nothing much changed in my life either since I've been sober. But the fucking thing is, like, sometimes I do like to go out. Like, very rare, but I'd like to see, and not even me going out, I like to see people go out. When I drive by downtown, I like to see people get smashed at the bar. You know what I mean? I like to go to the store or some shit, you know what I mean? And the city's alive, right? Right now, it's a fucking ghost town. Delivery drivers and bums. Lots of bums. Fuck me, man. The tent city is real.
Yeah. It is fucked up. On New Year's Eve,
well, more and more people get fucking free money, right? Even if it's a little bit. Now they're all fucked up, got no job, they get hammered or something, skip rent and fucking buy, right? If you got no family, and family's got no fucking jobs either right now. So you're on the street real quick if you fuck up.
Yeah. On New Year's Eve, like where I live in the city I live in is right downtown. Like I live right behind City Hall downtown, like right fucking downtown. And I was out front on the street I live on New Year's Eve evening, and fucking there were open parking spots everywhere on the streets.
Oh yeah,
last year, like fuck, there were people parked on the goddamn sidewalk for fuck's sakes, so they could go to bars and shit downtown. It was fucking creepy.
Yeah, it's depressing. And then the COVID camp for the fucking countdown. Boom, have some.
Yeah.
Should have had 10 people getting tested in the background.
Yeah.
That would have been on brand.
Shove this shit in your nose. For the virus, this fucking affects everybody 6 feet apart. We need to shove this fucking 20-meter stick in your nose.
I blame the people that said in 2019, I got 20/20 vision. That's who I fucking blame since the start.
I've seen somebody just say, don't you fucking mention 2021. We all creep in slowly and carefully.
No shit. I got 20/20 vision. Now look what you did. You fucking blind bitch. You didn't see this coming?
But it's the system. The system is rotten, man. Everything's failing. We should be able to face a fucking virus if the spread of wealth was proper. You know what I mean? But now fucking because everybody's broke, we can't have enough hospitals or supplies for everybody.
Rage Against the Machine.
Fucking right.
All right, let's wrap this fucking dumpster fire up.
I mean, we also ended the year with Eminem.
That wasn't the greatest finish.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you.
I like most of it.
I was so, Jason, I can't tell you. I literally was dreading you hearing this. And I was like, I'm so glad you were out of town for the whole weekend. I'm going to get in what I like right now before you hear it so you actually read it because you don't know what it is. And then I'm going to want to kill you come Monday. And then you were like, this shit's amazing. And I
didn't it's amazing. I said the Zeus. Zeus is amazing.
Zeus is pretty good.
Yeah,
yes.
And then there's some other good shit on it. But as I've listened to it more since then, there are more songs that are growing on me. But yeah, like right from first beginning, there was Zeus that I thought was amazing. Something else I really liked. I forgot the name of it was though. And then there were like 3 or 4 songs that were like fucking they were decent, but I'm not gonna put them on all the time. And then a couple of fucking if I wasn't near the stereo, that's why I said something like that. If I wasn't in the stereo, I just let it play through. But then there's one with it sounds like a fucking knockoff Dre beat. I forget the name of it is. It is fucking horrible.
There's one that there are a couple that are Dre beats, so be careful now.
It is a Dre beat. No, it is, but it sounds like a knockoff Dre beat.
Yeah, it sounds like you didn't.
Yeah,
shut up hungover that day.
Maybe. And
like that one either.
Alfred's theme or whatever with the cartoon shit, that can fuck right off. That shit's terrible.
I like the video, the COVID video.
Oh yeah, Nat. That was the other one that I said I liked a lot.
Go to my Facebook page and enter the contest to win pieces of the Nat set, but do it for my link because then maybe I'll win.
You get more things.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, go find Amy Barton on Facebook and add
You too.
Send dick pics. Even if you're a female, just download one and send it to her.
Yeah, you as well, because Jason knows I'll send them to him. So you're really just feeding his lust for dick.
Oh, block you. Could Joe put us in that stupid group text to talk about fucking food a few months back? And I said, fucking, Joe, I don't know how to take myself out of here. So if you don't take me out of here, I'm going to block your number. He immediately took me out. Because he knows I'm not joking. I'll block his fucking number. He can email me.
Okay.
Okay.
Had enough. I'm tapping out. I'm going to go listen to some Eminem.
There you go. I've entered from your link.
Did you? Oh, I love you.
But did you send her a dick pic?
Well, a bit of both.
Bit of both.
Definitely getting offline now.
Just the balls.
Wow.
All right. So yes. Hope everyone.
So don't send this one to Real Deal. So.
Fuck no. Yeah. I hope everyone. We hope everyone had a happy New Year and to a better 2021.
We got a serious week ahead of us, right? If anybody made it this far. We got a serious week ahead of us with fucking everybody's coming, right? Everybody who's anybody in this motherfucking tournament.
Saint, Jamie Champion from Studio 88 podcast.
I mean, who stayed anyways?
MMA. Yeah, we're fucking rolling. We're good now. We got the practice runs out of the way. Krill's sober and comes outside his bedroom. Amy's part of the show. And
we're gonna run the videos soon too. Yeah.
In the very, 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 very near future.
Like, we just gotta get a fucking broomstick and duct tape it to a fucking camera.
Tripod, one of the two.
Wow.
So yes, we plan on. I was gonna say improving, doing things differently, but I don't know if we'll ever improve. I mean, let's be honest.
There's no improvement from this.
There's no improvement.
This is the greatness.
It can't get any worse.
Or else it could not get any better.
Okay. So, for Amy Barton, Kirill Kasatskiy, I'm Jay Kelly. This is The Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
The Building Downtown. Building Downtown. Building Downtown. Building Downtown.